Welcome back to GoodKnit Kisses. I'm your host Kristen, and we're doing some more crochet wire jewelry today. And this is going to be a button necklace with 4 strands, and this is a shell button. It's got a back shell area with a nice luminescent pearl looking on the front. It doesn't matter which side is facing. We're going to use 74 buttons today. If you like the look of this and want to do it with just the 3 strands, you can use the method for this button crochet necklace that I did. There's a video on this as well. Look at in the description below, or hit the link. And you're also going to need a finding. This is a toggle finding, but you can use the lobster claw finding. This particular shell button I got at Joann's stores a couple years ago, but it's still online. It is number 1802, and there's 48 buttons in a bag. It's called Favorite Findings Shells with a Z. And you're also going to use your jewelry tools, which I'll list down below, your crochet hook, which is a K 10.5 or a 6.5 millimeter, and your wire. Today I'm using a 24 gauge non-tarnishing silver wire. There's 20 yards in this pack here, and you might need the 30. You might need another backup. If you need to blend them to get the quantity that you need, that's fine too. The 26 gauge is just fine as well. The 24, I'm using it because it's a little harder, and I'm going to be shaping a lot with this one back here. Grab your supplies and let's get started. Okay, you're going to start by laying out all your buttons. I have them in 3 rows. I'm calling them a row. They're different strands of 15. And I've kind of alternated larger and smaller buttons on a couple of these lines, and these are all about the same. I usually put maybe a smaller one towards the end. It just works really nicely. And then this row is going to be your remaining of your 74 buttons, so just lay all the rest of those out. They're just kind of a consistent look. It's really changed the look depending upon the beads that you got. I even got at the store these as well, which I might use on another necklace, so these little rectangular and square ones, so that might be a fun necklace as well. Just use your imagination and have fun. Okay, so load on one of your rows, and we're going to do one of the 3 standard strands, and I'm calling these kind of the standard, and you'll see what I mean because they're all going to be made the same. And then this back one is going to be your longest strand. All right, I've loaded all of these buttons on this wire here, and now I'm ready to go. I've got my spool off to the side, sitting in a little jewelry bucket here, and it's not going to be falling on my floor. Now I want to start by making a little bit of a slip knot. I'm going to wind it around my finger, and then the part coming from the spool is going to be pushed up. I'm leaving a little more than 2 inches or 5 or 6 centimeters here, and then put my crochet hook through that loop that I've made, and it's already got a chain on it that looks like a chain, so we're going to call it 1, and we're going to chain up and do 17. So wire over on your hook and chain, wire over and chain, wire over and chain. And this can be messy. It's okay to be messy and not consistent. 4, let's see, hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, I did 5. So go ahead and meet me back up when you've done 17. 6. Before I pause your video here, make sure that when you do this that you are sticking along this gauge side. Make sure you pull your loops all the way to the back here, so they just like in regular crochet, if you haven't crocheted before, if you don't push it back here, you're not going to get the right sizing. That's what all this mumbo jumbo is about, on the size of your hook. And pull it back, and then it'll go over that hook very nicely. If you don't do that, it'll get caught along this little throat of it, and it won't go through. All right, so 17, I'll meet you back in a minute. Okay, 17, I'm gonna twist this out so it's a little flat. Okay, grab one button. Make sure you're just grabbing one because they're kind of thin. And then put it right up next to your hook. Go around and yarn over, but you're doing it with wire. And then hook that on through. Okay, so now that button is locked in position. go ahead and chain one. Grab another button. All right, grab your button, chain, yeah, and then chain one. Okay, grab another button, chain it on, and chain one. Continue doing this until the end of your buttons. Okay, this is the last button, and now just going to chain 17 more, and meet me back at the end. Okay, we've got 17. Go ahead and pull this out till you've got about 2 inches, and cut. Okay, and then you're going to make 2 more of these from these strands ready to go over here. Meet me back when you've finished. Okay, we've done our 3 strands here. They're just laying here waiting. I've laid them all nice and flat. I got my last one that's going to have 29 of these buttons on here. Go ahead and pick them up, and you know, you can lay them whenever you crochet them on. You can make sure that they're flipped on the side that you want. If you want all the brown look on the front or random, that's totally up to you. Some of these I flipped over after the fact. It works better if you do it while you're working with it, but it can be fixed afterward. So we just go ahead and load all the rest of these on, and we're going to crochet the next strand. You want to do twice as many chains to start with. So instead of 17, we're going to do 34. So we're going to crochet 34 chains, and then exactly what we did here, where we chain 1 button and then a blank chain. Chain 1 button, chain 1, a button, a chain, a button, a chain. So when you chain on the button, it actually locks it, but it is a chain in the back. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'll flip this over and you can see it, but you're going to see a definite chain running along the back side. Okay, so go ahead and put on your slip knot, chain 34, and start adding in all of your buttons, and I'll see you back when your last chain is done. Okay, so we've made our 4 strands. You've got this very long one in the back, and the rest of these I have already flattened them out, made sure that they're not twisted up, tried to flatten and twist these to be flat, so that they line up nicely and they're not overlapping. Spread them out about an inch and a half apart, and they will draw up closer to one another after we're done. We're going to do kind of a weaving technique instead of braiding. So if you only did 3 strands, please see the button video, button necklace video. We're going to count 15 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I found the center. My center button is 15. Now make sure that these are all lined up. Sorry, should have told you to do that before, that these are all centered up and ready to go. I'm going to lay this middle 15th button right here in the middle. Okay, and then what I want to do is put it underneath these 2. So I've got this in the middle, and I want to lift this up and put it underneath. Okay, and now I'm going to lift this up and put it underneath here. Okay, and so now it's kind of woven here. Now I want to bring around and kind of curve it, not flip it, but curve it so the buttons are facing up. So it's now going to go over this top one, and now it's going to go under this middle one. Okay, and over this top one, and then now we're going to lift this bottom one up now and go under, kind of swinging it around the side, not twisting anything, just curving around, and then put that back down. Same thing, going to go over the top of this and under, so just overs and unders, and then bring this one back around until it goes over again. Okay, and then it's going to go under and then over again, like this, until we're to the center here. And I'm gonna have to kind of pull it like this. So it should draw up like that for you. And then now we're gonna go ahead, we'll finish this in a moment, but what we're trying to do is make sure this is evenly done. So now want to go ahead and weave around this side. So we're going to go back to this bottom one here that we had started with in the center, and then go around over the top of this, and then go underneath the center strand, and then over on the top strand, and then pick the top strand up and go under, lay that down, and then we're over the top of the buttons here, okay, and then under here, and then go around and back. Okay, so I'm kind of bending this. So now we've got an even weaving here. Now we're going to kind of pull it inward. So this was my middle, so I want to kind of pull around. This is all very loose. We're going to pull around and make it, draw it in. Make sure we didn't miss anything. So see, it's easier to pull it in now that it's all around. And just kind of go back through, make sure you didn't miss anything. All right, so if you like how this is looking for the nice thick necklace, then you can leave it, and then this will end up twisting together here and start a braid like this. See how nice and open this necklace is? But if you want to draw it in further, you can continue. I'm going to draw it in just a little bit more. Okay, so I fast forwarded through a lot of that so that you can see, but basically I had to mess with it until it was even. So I'm going back to check it now. So this part dips down here, and then it comes up, and then it goes down, and then it comes up, and then it goes down. Well, I'm sorry, I'm saying up and down, but anyway, it just depends on your point of reference. I'm thinking this is gonna be the bottom of my necklace, like, so this is at my head. So, okay, so this is down, and then this is up here. If you can't see it, it's right here like this, and then it goes down one more time, okay, down here, and then this strand is getting really tight over here. So I'm actually going to let it be part of this strand here, and we're gonna finish this by braiding. Okay, so now I've got 3 strands here, and so we're gonna just braid this. Okay, so I've got all the strand put together, and then you're gonna twist it and then continue to kind of flip around and twist it real good. Okay, just very consistently just do it. I just spin it around my finger. Okay, and then once you've got it nice and even, you can stop. So now I've finished this side. I'm gonna scoot over to the other end. And this one is, it's already up at the top here, and you can't see it, but I had run out a little earlier, so you can see it. I'm just going to simply braid it. Okay. So now I'm going to do my little twisty tie thing. Just twist that on up and spin it. This is how my necklace is going to look. And again, this is like I'm at the back where the neck is. And this is where we're going to put our finding. And I've got a toggle finding. And I like to keep it on when it's long first, and then I'll clip it to make it more consistent. Or you can clip it. It really doesn't matter, but when you do it. But sometimes I like to do it when it's long. So once I get that on there, I'm just going to start taking my tools out and making it tight So I'm going to pull this down with my needle nose pliers and twist. Okay, so I've got it on there as tight as I can. I'm short on wire, but it's okay. It's on there real good. So I pulled it nice and tight. Now I'm going to cut this as short as I can without cutting the rest of the wires here. I'm definitely going to have to crimp and smooth this out. I'm going to take our crimper and get that all mashed in. This is a 3-in-1 tool, and I like that the crimper is a little flatter here, so I use this one a lot. I want to make sure that there are no rough edges poking anyone. That's nice and smooth. Now let's go to the other side and then put on the rest of our toggle. Let's go ahead and cut this one. It's a little harder with the 24 gauge wire versus the 26 gauge. Got this pretty tight, and we're going to go ahead and cut the wire. I'm going to put this down for protection here so I don't get any sharp pieces in my necklace that I can't find. There was a little bitty shard. I was right at the end of one of my wires. So because I discovered that they were just a little too long when I crimped them, it was actually made it easier for me to continue pulling them over with a needle nose plier, which is always good to get another wrapping around. Okay, it looks like this one's done. Let me show you what it looks like. Here is our final necklace. I think it's turned out gorgeous. I hope you like your shell button necklace. Thank you for tuning in to GoodKnit Kisses. If you like this necklace, please give me a comment down in the description below. And if you'd subscribe to my channel, I'd love it. You'll get new videos in your inbox for crafting, crochet, and knitting, of course. Have a great day and happy crochet. Bye-bye. What do you think of this necklace?
It's really, really cute.
Do you like the front or the back?
I like the front more. It looks oceany looking.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
I also like the back as well.
Thank you for modeling.
You're welcome.